10 minutes or so and speak about your healing journey and, how did your journey into, what happened with you and what were you advised with? All those things you can explain. And then after joining us, what changes did you do and how did you feel? What improvements did you see? I'm going to ask you to enable your. Yeah, can you hear me, Vijay ji? Yes. Yes.
हेलो
Hello, Vijay ji. How are you?
आई एम फाइन मैम
या आप हिंदी में भी बात कर सकते हैं, नहीं तो
यस यस यस
whatever is
यस
fine.
यस 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 मैम माय नेम इज विजय शिंदे आई एम फ्रॉम महाराष्ट्र नासिक आई हैव
सूर्य राजकुमार सूर्य
अच्छा
एक कनु
हाँ कर लो
Yeah, so whoever is not speaking, please mute yourself. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Vijay ji.
यस ओके आई हैव a lot of problem just like acidity constipation some gut issues मुझे बचपन से बहुत 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 एसिडिटी थी और कंटिन्यूसली आई एम टेकिंग मेडिसिन every day I have taken medicine for acidity, but no result. उसके बाद मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम होने लगा तो प्रॉब्लम जैसे वेलक्योर का मुझे पेज फेसबुक पे अ, देखा तो मैंने उसके वो पेज पे लाइक करके सब फॉलो किया उसके बाद मुझे एहसास हुआ कि ये वेलक्योर ग्रुप
Can you hear him? He's muted.
हेलो
Yeah.
हाँ वेलक्योर ग्रुप से ज्वाइन होने के बाद डॉक्टर प्रशांति मैम डॉक्टर आशा मैम ने मुझे गाइड किया उससे पहले स्टॉप कर दिया मेरा पूरा मेडिसिन स्टॉप कर दिया और मुझे रॉ फूड या फ्रूट ये डाइट प्लान बताया 3 महीने तक मैंने सिर्फ फ्रूट फॉलो किया फ्रूटी डाइट फ्रूट का ही मैंने ये किया उसके बाद मुझे बहुत रिलैक्स होने लगा और मेरा जो गट इश्यू है वो बहुत बहुत 95% क्लियर हो गया और उसके साथ साथ वो मेरा फॉलोअप जो था जैसे कि मेरा जो पेज था डेली मैं वो पेज पे मेरा लिखता था और मैम लोगों ने मुझे सपोर्ट किया उन्होंने वो मेरा पेज फॉलो करके टाइम टू टाइम एडवाइस दिया कि ऐसा करो वैसा करो तो मैं फॉलो करके गया तो उसके बाद मुझे बहुत बहुत रिजल्ट मिला और कहने के बाद ये है कि ये मेडिसिन ये अपने लिए कुछ काम की नहीं है उससे तकलीफ ही ज्यादा होती है तो ये जो वेलकेयर ग्रुप का जो एडवाइस है और जो भी ट्रीटमेंट है वो नेचुरल है और नेचुरल के हिसाब से अपनी बॉडी को बहुत अच्छा रिलीफ मिलता है तो जैसे जैसे मैं वेलकेयर ग्रुप का मेंबर बना और उसके बाद जो भी मुझे एडवाइस मिला वो फॉलो करके गया तो उससे मुझे बहुत फायदा हो गया इसीलिए मैं हमेशा वेलकेयर ग्रुप के साथ टच में रहता हूँ और जो भी जैसे कि सीरीज जी वो भी है वो भी उसे कुछ मैम से कुछ प्रॉब्लम हुआ कुछ एडवाइस देने के बाद वो मुझे डायरेक्टली कंसल्ट करते हैं और मैं उसको सपोर्ट करता हूँ ऐसा ऐसा करो तो उसे भी उसको भी कॉन्फिडेंस आता है और वो भी बोलता है नहीं अच्छा है तुम कर रहे तो तुमने किया तो मैं भी कर सकता हूँ इसीलिए मुझे भी अच्छा लगता है कि ये सबसे अच्छा ट्रीटमेंट है और ये मैम जो भी बोलते हैं वैसा करने का 100% रिजल्ट है ये तो मैं खुद पे मुझे ये एहसास हो गया है और मुझे सब मालूम हो गया कि कैसा करना चाहिए कैसा नहीं करना चाहिए वो तो आप सीख जाते हैं टाइम टू टाइम इसीलिए वो जो भी है नेचर अपना वेलक्योर का ग्रुप का सभी को मेरा यही बोलना है कि जो भी है मैम का जो भी एडवाइस है वो फॉलो करो, और उससे 100% बेनिफिट है, उसके उसमें कोई डाउट नहीं। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Yeah, so विजय जी, पहला आपका आई मीन थोड़ा सा आपका हिस्ट्री के बारे में
हाँ,
हम पूछना
हिस्ट्री के बारे
चाहते
में।
हैं।
हाँ, यस यस यस। मुझे
बचपन से बताया ना आपने, 14 इयर्स
हाँ
के उम्र में आपका क्या हुआ?
यस यस यस। बचपन से मुझे पेट की बीमारी थी। उसके बाद मुझे बचपन में ही ब्लड की ब्लैक वोमिट हुआ था और ब्लैक स्टूल हुआ था बचपन में। उसके बाद मुझे डॉक्टर ने ऑपरेट किया, और बचपन में ही मेरा स्कूल में था तब मुझे मेरा ऑपरेट किया गया और मेरा स्प्लीन रिमूव कर दिया डॉक्टर ने। उसके बाद ही कुछ 2-4 साल गए तो उसके बाद फिर भी मुझे प्रॉब्लम आने लगा कि ब्लैक वोमिट, ब्लैक स्टूल। तो मुझे लोकल डॉक्टर ने बताया आप मुंबई में पीएम हॉस्पिटल में जाके ट्रीटमेंट लो। हम लोग पीएम में गए, तो पीएम में मैं 17-20 साल का था तब, 17-18-20 साल का। वो 5 साल मैंने एंडोस्कोपी ट्रीटमेंट की लिया पीएम हॉस्पिटल में। हर महीने, हर 15 दिन में एंडोस्कोपी मैं करवाता गया, और उसके बाद डॉक्टर 5 साल ट्रीटमेंट लिया। एंडोस्कोपी 5 साल तक मैंने एंडोस्कोपी किया। उसके बाद डॉक्टर ने बोला अभी आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आ सकता। फिर भी मेरा प्रॉब्लम क्योर नहीं हुआ। 4 साल हो गए, उसके बाद ही मुझे प्रॉब्लम फिर से शुरू हो गए। तो मैं हमेशा परेशान रहता था, हमेशा 15 दिन के बाद डॉक्टर के पास जाना, 15 दिन के बाद गोली खाना, एसिडिटी की रोज डेली गोली खाना। तो एक दिन मुझे ऐसा ऐसा होने लगा कि ये क्या कर रहा है, ये तो अभी तो ये डॉक्टर के पास जाना ही नहीं, ऐसा मैं सोचने लगा। तो फेसबुक पे मुझे, अपने फोन पे फेसबुक पे ये वेलक्योर का मुझे पेज दिखा। तो मैंने उसके ऊपर जाके ओपन किया तो सब मुझे इंफॉर्मेशन मिली, डॉक्टर प्रशांत मैम, डॉक्टर आशा मैम ने, और जो भी वेलक्योर ग्रुप के मेंबर है उनकी हिस्ट्री देखी, उनके स्टोरी देखा मैंने। तो मुझे फुल कॉन्फिडेंस हो गया कि ये अपने लिए बेस्ट है, मेरे लिए ये बेस्ट है। इसीलिए मैंने, और डॉक्टर से पहले दिन बात हुआ, उसके बाद डॉक्टर ने बोला आज से टोटली मेडिसिन लेना बंद। तो मैं 3 महीने यानी कि 90 डेज फुल्ली फुल्ली स्ट्रिक्टली एडवाइस फॉलो किया। इसीलिए मुझे राहत और जल्दी मुझे रिकवर होना आ- हो गया।
या
तो
लेकिन
विजय
पहला
जी
वो
आप,
गो
सॉरी,
अहेड।
नहीं विजय जी आप बोलिए। पहले पहले जैसे आपने बोला कि 3 महीने आपने रॉ खाया, तो
हाँ
आपको क्या क्या डिटॉक्स सिम्टम्स आए? और आप
हाँ जी
पहले
जी।
पहले आपको
हाँ
ये बहुत
जी
स्ट्रेस
जी
था ना कि वेट लॉस हो रहा
जी।
है, लोग बोल रहे थे कि क्या, क्यों इतने
यस
पतले हो गए, क्या कर रहे
यस
हो,
यस
ऐसे सब लोग बोल
यस।
रहे थे ना आपको?
जी जी जी। क्योंकि अब जब से मैंने बिल्कुल का जो भी एडवाइस फॉलो करने लगा डॉक्टर मैम के अंदर, तो मुझे पहले 10 दिन में तो मेरा वेट बहुत कम होने लगा, बहुत कम हो गया। उसके बाद ही वेट कम होता गया। तो सब लोग मुझे बोलने लगे आप क्या कर रहे हो, इतना वेट कम हो गया, आपकी बॉडी बहुत पतली हो गई, तुम डॉक्टर के पास क्यों नहीं जाती। घर वाले, फैमिली वाले और फ्रेंड सब लोग बोल रहे थे कि आप ये क्या कर रहे हैं, आप गलत कर रहे हैं। तो मैंने तो डिसाइड कर लिया था जो भी होगा तो अभी बिल्कुल ग्रुप के साथ ही करना। मैं तो कुछ भी किसी भी डॉक्टर के पास नहीं जाना, मैंने डिसाइड कर लिया था। इसीलिए वो सिम्टम तो मुझे 10 दिन में वेट कम होना, उसके बाद अ, जो है अपना सर दर्द तो नहीं, लेकिन सीजनिंग, ये जो सिम्टम थे वो होने लगे। तो डॉक्टर बोले तो ये तो होना ही, ये जो आपकी बॉडी डिटॉक्स कर रही है, अब उसे घबराइए नहीं, ये जो भी आपकी बॉडी में जो भी टॉक्सिन भरा हुआ है वो सब बाहर जा रहा है। आपकी बॉडी पहले जैसे आपके कॉलेज लाइफ में जो भी आपका वेट था वही आपका वेट रहेगा। लेकिन अभी जो तुम्हारी बॉडी जो कम हो रही है तो वो बॉडी नहीं कम हो रही, वो बॉडी से टॉक्सिन जा रहा है। तो मुझे भी रियलाइज होने लगा। थोड़ा सा हेडेक वगैरह तो थोड़ा सा अपना टोटली हम लोग पूरा अपना प्लान डाइट प्लान चेंज करते हैं तो नॉर्मली साइड इफेक्ट थोड़े होते हैं, लेकिन उससे घबराने की कोई बात नहीं है। क्योंकि जब सब जैसे जैसे डॉक्टर का बोलते वैसे करने के बाद, और हम लोग अभी पढ़ते जैसे डॉक्टर भेजते थे कि ये बुक पढ़े वो बुक पढ़ो, तो वो बुक से भी अपने को सीखने मिलता था कि नहीं ये तो डॉक्टर बराबर बोल रहे हैं, एकदम सही बोल रहे हैं। तो खुद को भी रियलाइज हो जाता है ये तो ऐसा प्रोसेस होता ही है। डिटॉक्स जब भी ट्रीटमेंट हम लोग करते हैं नेचर तो ये सिम्टम ये थोड़े बहुत होते हैं, लेकिन बाद में नॉर्मल बॉडी अपनी नॉर्मल हो जाती है। उससे कोई डरने की बात नहीं। मैं सीरीज जी से भी बोला आप डरो मत, ये सब सिम्टम है, ये कुछ होता नहीं। जो भी है वो एकदम प्योर है, इसमें कोई साइड इफेक्ट नहीं, कुछ डेंजरस थिंग कुछ नहीं। इसीलिए उसमें डरने की बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं।
हम्म। और अब बहुत पढ़ते हैं ना, बहुत सारे किताबें जो भी हमने शेयर किया वो सब पढ़ रहे
डॉक्टर
थे ना।
शेल्टन, यस यस, डॉक्टर शेल्टन बहुत दो चार बुक मैंने पढ़ा है। अच्छा
हाँ
अच्छा
हाँ।
अच्छा बुक है, बहुत बहुत अच्छा बुक है। और मैं एन के शर्मा का और जो भी है, और जैसे कोई वीडियो देखता हूँ एन के शर्मा, आप जैसे बोलते हैं डॉक्टर पूछे इसका बुक पढ़ो, इसका वीडियो आप
हम्म,
यूट्यूब पे जाओ देखो एन के शर्मा हो या जो भी है। वैसे तो उसके सामने मैं भी बाकी जो भी रिलेटेड है वो तो मैं करता हूँ। इसीलिए मुझे खुद पे कॉन्फिडेंस आ गया कि यही रियल है, बाकी सब गलत झूठ है।
हाँ। सो आपके पहला डॉक्टर ने बोल दिया ना कि आपको ऐसा, आई मीन लाइक यू हैव टू गेट यूज्ड टू दिस काइंड ऑफ अ लाइफ एंड देन यू जस्ट नीड टू लाइक यू हैव नो अदर वे और नो अदर चॉइस, समथिंग लाइक दैट, राइट? उन्होंने थोड़ा सा ऐसा कह दिया ना आपके साथ पहला कि हाँ ये तो
हाँ वो
आपको इसी से जीवन जीनी है, सो देर इज नो अदर वे आउट फॉर यू।
नो अदरवाइज। अभी तो फिलहाल ज्वाइन करने के बाद पहले डॉक्टर ने मुझे बोला, मैं डॉक्टर के पास गया, वो बोले कि आपको कोलोनोस्कोपी करनी पड़ेगी। मैं तो डर गया। मैं घर में आया दूसरे दिन डॉक्टर ने बुलाया मुझे, आप कोलोनोस्कोपी के लिए सुबह ऐसा ऐसा प्रिपेयर होके आ जाओ और साथ में कोई लेके आ जाओ। तो मैं बहुत डर गया। रात भर मैंने देखा ये क्या हो रहा है, ये इतना इतना बहुत परेशान था। लेकिन मैं गया नहीं, दूसरे दिन मेरा डिसीजन स्टॉप कर दिया। उसके बाद मुझे फेसबुक पे अपना वेलक्योर ग्रुप मिल गया। तो पहले ही मुझे जब से वो पेज देखा वेलक्योर ग्रुप का, तो मुझे खुद पे कॉन्फिडेंस आ गया कि नहीं यही अपने लिए सही है, यही अपने लिए अच्छा है।
तो एक्चुअली
हम्म।
विजय जी एक एडवोकेट है, उनका बहुत बिजी शेड्यूल रहता है। तो बहुत चलना फिरना होता है ना उधर कोर्ट में
जी
और
जी
वो
जी,
सब।
यस यस।
और अभी वो सब आप मैनेज कर रहे हैं, थकान वगैरह कुछ नहीं है ना? कैसा है आपका
बिल्कुल
हेल्थ?
नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं।
हाँ।
जो भी सुबह जल्दी उठने का, वॉकिंग करने का, लाइट एक्सरसाइज करने का, और दिन भर बिल्कुल थकान महसूस नहीं होती।
वेरी
पहले तो
गुड।
कैसे रहता। हाँ।
और सब लोग क्या अब क्या बोल रहे हैं अब आप, सो जो भी आपका लाइक या आपको नेगेटिविटी से भर रहे थे, सो अब वो लोग क्या कह रहे हैं?
सच में मेरे मेरे आज तक मेरे फैमिली और मेरे फ्रेंड को ये जो भी है मेरे करीबी, मैंने बिल्कुल ग्रुप के बारे में बताया नहीं। क्यों? क्यों अगर मैं बोलता उनको तो मैं ऐसा ऐसा फॉलो करता हूँ, मुझे मेरा मोबाइल विबाइल लेके बंद करके सब ये कर मैंने बता मैं। लेकिन बाकी जो लोग है जैसे कि बिल्कुल ग्रुप से जुड़ जाते हैं उनको तो मैं एडवाइस देता हूँ, ये अच्छा है ये करो, ये जो भी है तो मैं उसको डेफिनेटली हेल्प करता हूँ। लेकिन हमारा जो माहौल है, मेरा जो माहौल है, वो ऐसा माहौल है कि ये इसके रियलाइज इसके ऊपर विश्वास नहीं करते। तो जैसे जैसे मुझे तो बेनिफिट मिलते हैं तो बाद में मेरे घर वाले हो या रिलेटिव हो फ्रेंड हो, वो भी समझ जाएंगे नहीं ये उन्होंने सही डिसीजन लिया था, ये सही। एक दिन वो खुद बोलेंगे मुझे आपने जो किया वो हमें करना है। अभी मेरे कुछ दोस्त बोलते हैं आपका डाइट जो प्लान है वो हम भी फॉलो करना चाहते हैं लेकिन इन्हें होता नहीं। तो होता नहीं, करना पड़ता है।
थैंक यू विजय जी, बहुत अच्छा हुआ
थैंक यू।
आपको सुनते। एंड एक्चुअली ही हैड टू अटेंड अ वेडिंग, बट उन्होंने आकर आप सबसे ही बात करना था उनको और अपना हेल्थ हिस्ट्री शेयर करना
और
था।
मेरा
हाँ,
जी जी, मेरा रिटर्न में मेरा स्टोरी थोड़ा सा मेरा काम का हो गया है, तो मैं रिटर्न में स्टोरी मेरा लिखने का है और आपको भेजने का है। वो मेरा प्रॉमिस है, मैं प्रॉमिस नहीं तोड़ूंगा।
यस यस, थैंक यू, हम याद
थैंक यू।
रखेंगे। और उन्होंने हमारा एचएनआर कोर्स भी किया, तो ही यूज्ड टू अटेंड ऑल द क्लासेस एंड लिसन एंड आल्सो
Take
अंडरस्टैंड।
notes.
यस,
Mm-hmm.
टेक नोट्स। थैंक यू विजय जी, आपका स्टोरी बहुत इंस्पायरिंग था। और
Mm-hmm.
गॉड ब्लेस, आप दूसरों को भी इंस्पायर करते रहे और हंसते
यस यस
स्माइल करते रहिए। थैंक यू।
यस मैम,
Thank you.
थैंक यू वेरी मच, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
थैंक यू। नेक्स्ट, स्वर्णा इज हियर। स्वर्णा, वुड यू लाइक
मैम,
टू स्पीक? हाँ, बोलिए।
मैम कैन आई लीव?
यस यस, थैंक यू।
शादी
थैंक
का
यू।
फंक्शन चलता है।
हाँ, थैंक यू। यस स्वर्णा, गो अहेड।
నేను మాట్లాడినాను.
Can you keep your phone stable on some books or something?
Who is Vijaya Mundhara?
Yeah, can all of you rename yourselves? There are two
Yeah,
iPhones. I don't know who they are.
Vijaya. Who is Vijaya Mundhara? She's saying, hope all great. I can join now for 10 minutes. And then she's going, she's flying somewhere. So who is this? I don't know. Asha, do you know? I'm going to send you this message.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Go ahead, Swarna. Oh, you went off on
Muted.
again.
Mute.
1 minute.
So I am, so as you know, I am Swarnalata. I was suffering with acidity and severe bloating since past 4 years. Means after delivery it was little, but after delivery it's okay. Till 2 years I am all right, but after 4 years it started the bloating and acidity so much. I could not understand the reason. I keep on having tablets, acidity tablets, visiting the doctors, and they did endoscopy for 3 times. So they keep on having antacids, and it has severe side effects for me. So
What
for
side
some
effects?
time I
What side
used,
effects?
like I am more constipated, and the acidity increases, and my hunger lost. I could not eat food till the time my acidity tablets were there. So 1 month course I did, but after that also I have problem. Means in the meanwhile, as my stress level increased, the problem raises. So again I have to manage with acidity tablets for 3 4 days. Then it gets control, and then uh, I used to stay normal life. But still that bloating is there whenever I eat food. Means whatever cooked I used to eat, I observed that it is stayed in my stomach for long time, like stomach became stone, that it could not pass from my stomach till next day. Till next day also, if I eat something, it will, means it will be there. It will take 2 days to digest my food and going away. So then I thought, what to do. I could not understand also. I keep on eating. I could, means the way I was following, I could not understand. Fruits, I feel that maybe what way I am eating fruits. So fruits were not fulfilled for me. So I feel very hungry. How to eat fruits, that I could not understand. Then after a long time, after suffering all these problems, then I joined Wellcure. I came to know about Wellcure after search. Since 2 3 months I was searching. Then after that I contacted Dr. Prashanti and Asha madam. Then they told how to eat and what time, how to chew the food. Then after that also I could not understand that how to chew and how food means fruits are fulfilled, even though I used to be very hungry. Then then I don't have other way. Then after 2 months, then they told me, but even though I followed that only, that same bloating was there, but little reduced, not like that. Then from March onwards I thought, no, I have to stick on the diet only. Then raw diet also I was there, but salads were little irritating for me. It could not digest, taking long time to digest. Then I thought, no, this is, I have to get away from this permanently. So summer holidays I started doing fasting. So till now I am on fast only. This is 13th day, but since 2 days I am having still, because irregular acidity is there, but I am controlling with ice packs and mud packs, everything. Whatever they told, naturopathy hospital, they told to do all the therapies, because I visited there 10 days back and I was under their guidance for 7 days. They told me to continue at home. Then they are guiding me how to break the fast, means how to continue it. If pain is there, what has to be done. So now I am on fast because I have to come out of it very quickly. Mm, so so that is what I am doing now. That means after fasting I have to be on fruit diet only. Now, because fruit diet is a very healing diet actually. If we chew it properly, then it is full stomach. That I observed after that. When they told, I could not able to observe. Then Asha ma'am used to instruct me how to drink water and give gaps between the meals. Then I started enjoying the food by chewing it properly from 45 minutes. If I take one meal, means I used to take 40 to 45 minutes to chew it. Then I felt that yes, I am full with this. So this is how Wellcure guided me, and I followed everything, whatever salad recipes, and especially Dr. Prashanti's daughter Apurva. And because of her also I learned to eat very, because the 12-year-old girl, she is following, why I could not follow. I am being elder to her, I should also stick to that diet. So since 2 months I'm restricted on that diet, but as I wanted to come out quickly, I thought I'll do fasting, and I want a little betterment, one step ahead, so that I can enjoy 3 meals of the day with fruit diet. So
Mhm.
that is how it is going on. So now
Yeah.
2 3 days more I have to continue. Then I'll be on juice diet for 2 3 days. Then completely on fruit diet. Fruit diet means for till 4 5 days they told not to be on mangoes and bananas. Only light watermelons, sapota, and uh, watermelon, sapota. That's it. And whatever seasonal are there, like very ripe guavas, like ripe
Mhm.
ones, whatever the soft fruits are there, water content is more that.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
mm, so
Yeah,
I
but
can.
yeah, but Swarna, you're looking much better. Like
Yes.
as you know, there were
Hmm.
lot of medications that went in, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
it's
ma'am.
like all of them, they didn't disappear anywhere, and it's that, right? Like all of them, they are
Mhm.
all somewhere hidden in the fat tissue, in the liver,
Yes, yes.
everywhere. So
Mm-hmm.
as you're
Everybody.
detoxing, what happens is those medicines are going to come out first, and they will make
Yes.
you really feel terrible. And
Mm-hmm.
so this is like, this whole goes on. We're going to hear from Amarnath too,
Mm.
following you, but you just started, right? When did you come? February or March? So this whole
I
year is going to be this way. And then the
mm.
next year, once you eliminate all that amount of antacids that you've been taking for God only knows
Yes.
how many, like, you should sit and count how many kilos of antacids have gone into your
Yes,
system.
ma'am. Yes, I can count how many kilos means it's uncountable that how many that has
Yes.
taken that till that they'll come out. It very the fasting will be hectic
Yes.
for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you don't worry about it because see, you're
Mm.
so young and then you realized it and you're on the right path. And luckily
Mm.
they didn't operate on you or they didn't do a lot of operations on you. They didn't remove too many organs and like not all the organs. Like, some people have gallbladder removed, appendix removed, tonsils removed.
Mm.
So
Yes,
many
yes.
things happen to them. So, but
Mm.
you have everything intact. So it's just this first year is going to be that way. Whoever
Yes,
has
ma'am.
dumped so many of these things in them,
Mm.
it will happen. So now I have a question for Dr. Pritesh. Dr. Pritesh, are these pills so intelligent enough? Like, we need acid in our tummy, right? So how do acid suppression with all these antacids and then then there is no digestion that is going to happen. How will this antacid help us? Any of them, like, purple pill, Nexium, pantoprazole, this one, that one.
Pantoprazole, ma'am.
Yeah, pantoprazole, Arantac, any of them. Are these
Mm.
pills intelligent enough that they only reduce the acid level to such a level that how do we digest our food when we are taking antacids?
Absolutely right. And believe it or not, actually, even though Western medicine gives antacids,
Mm-hmm.
antacids don't heal.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
thought is that when you give antacids, body will heal itself. So even when you're giving antacid, the mindset is still the same, but doctors don't know that. They are still thinking antacid is healing. Actually, it is, everybody knows there are like million different side effects because of the antacids. But
Mm.
what happens is they're used to taking multiple different medications
Mm.
and they just want another medication, not
Yes.
willing to change anything, not willing
Mm.
to address to the fact to the point that they will call me that this doctor I don't want to go to anymore.
Mm.
So it's really sad because that not only can we need acid, body has created acid for our digestion and we suppress that. And unfortunately, I'm also a culprit. When patients absolutely don't listen, sometimes I have to prescribe that and with the clear goal that you're going to stop it because it needs a few visits for them to accept the fact and
Mm.
grasp this concept that body is a natural healer and you don't need medicine. Medicines are actually toxins. Acid is something our body needs, and we're suppressing, we're really shutting down our acid mechanism. How are we going to digest? It's going to cause more problems. Um, those who understand and accept this mindset, they thrive. And those who don't, they are just taking more and more medicine because the food addiction
Mm.
is so bad. You don't want to,
Mm.
you don't want to give up. So you're
Mm.
Mhm.
absolutely right that medicine is nothing but nuisance.
No,
Um,
sir.
and unfortunately, that's the way world wants quick relief, quick answers. Um, at least in Indian mindset, we have this thing that I shouldn't be taking medicine forever.
Mm.
Why should I be taking medicine forever? And that at least gives some hope that they will change, they will accept this concept. Otherwise, these medicines are nothing but toxins.
Toxins.
Yeah. Yeah, so see, like all these people, like, so Swarna's case itself. So, what kind of long-term side effects do we see with all this acid suppression? I have been seeing significant amount of osteoporosis and joint issues in these people who have been used to taking popping antacid medications for years and years. And now, what other side effects have you seen? I'm sure you have seen many more than I
Many,
have. So,
many. So what happens is, see, it's when they're taking medicine, it's not just the medicine. That means they're still in the same lifestyle, right? Still putting ton of other toxins too. So it's a sign that you are putting ton of toxins besides the medicine itself. So they will have osteoporosis, they will have bloating, they will have, we call it small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, they will have lung infection, they will have many other things There is there is this theory that you may have dementia, you will be forgetful. I mean, every system that you can think of in your body is impacted down the line. What happens is industry, it's a several billion-dollar industry. What they will do is whenever this side effect comes out, oh, that this drug might be causing the side effect, there will be another study released, oh, the association is not clear, and then they'll try to refute it. The other thing that happens is people are like, no, acutely you're having this problem. So even though you're long-term side effect, take it right now to get over the symptoms. All along, the concept is patients want quick relief and doctors themselves don't understand the concept. Patients are not willing to learn the concept. The whole system is designed and you end up with tons and tons of side effects. So medication itself has ton of side effects. But because you're taking medicine, that means you're of the same mindset that I just need a quick fix and I'll continue my lifestyle. That means you're putting multiple other toxins and staying away from all the natural ways of curing yourself. And that also leads to multiple other factors. And that's what they use, the Western medicine, to ensure that they will say it's not the medicine and something else. But every organ system, be it heart, be it brain, be it gut, be it liver, you name it, and every single is affected. Every single organ is affected by this medicine.
Kidneys too, kidneys too. I have seen
Absolutely,
cases
kidneys too.
where,
Kidneys.
yeah, where the young mothers were forced to take acid reflux medicines because they were pregnant and they can't change their diet, right? And then the
Right.
babies were affected because they are born with small size kidneys and all that. Yeah, so these are just, but then the amount of like, yeah, but anyway, these are all young people who are just trusting the system, and then popping pills have become a thing for everybody. And look at Swarna, look at then now, I think Amarnath is going to come next, right, Asha? So Amar, and then there is Sirish also who wants to talk. So by the way, before I forget, I just wanted to talk about Apurva. Okay, Apurva is my 12-year-old. Before I forget, I wanted to talk to you about 12-year-old. She's been on this whole food plant-based journey for a very long time. Okay, maybe like 6, 7 years. But you know what she was doing? She was always into smoothies. I begged her, I pleaded with her, I told her, please don't do smoothies. Okay, but then she wouldn't listen. Smoothie, and then there would be peanut butter. Smoothie, there would be peanut butter. So then, then I showed you, remember, once upon a time, I showed you her skin issues, right? That skin issue was like she had like a small psoriatic eczematous patch. I don't know what it was. I mean, I just call it like like eczematous psoriatic patch on her heel. It was very itchy. Then I sat with her and I talked to her. That's when her wake up call was. I'm glad the psoriatic patch or whatever that one was showed up. So I told her, you are doing all kinds of ulta pulta. This is wrong. You are literally like taking your digestive system, like putting a lot of pressure on it. You can't mix fruits and peanut butter. That's a very big mistake that you're making. Then she started moving. So stopped peanut butter, stopped all the smoothies, and started eating the fruit by herself. And then she moved on to grain free because her issues were really cropping up. She was having lot of white discharge for a 12-year-old, like just like how your nose would flow. She was having lot of white discharge from her vaginal area. Of course, it's all mucus. And so all her discomforts were the one that made her wake up to what she has to do. Then she moved herself to grain free, started using cooked vegetables and big salads, like how Swarna was saying. That was also not settling her issues. She wasn't comfortable with that. And then one day she said, you know what, Amma, I'm just going to go raw. So she fully went raw. It's been almost 6 weeks, I think. She went raw. She's been grain free since November. And so initially, what happened, like, the where I live on the farm, we don't have a whole lot of pressure in the commodes. Okay. So every time she used to poop, then she has to flush again and again because you know what she was eliminating? A lot of mucus was coming out from her gut. So, and then she would call me and ask me help to, like, brush the commode off because the poop was sticking. So mucus was coming out now, and then the dandruff, like her hair, every time I comb her hair, there was dandruff flakes that were showing up. And I knew, like, this is all elimination, no panic, nothing. So now she lost a decent amount of weight. She's looking like skin and bones. In between, she looked like skin and bones. But that was all the mucus, all that peanut butter, all the wrong combination of foods that she was eating. That kind of like everything was like, shutting down. And now the white discharge has improved. Her hair, all the dandruff is gone. Now it's looking clean and fresh. And she's also looking so much fresh. And now she's getting into Pilates and other things. Now she's doing all kinds of workup. Her weight loss, I think, now it has stabilized and she has grown little taller. But I have full faith in it. I'm not going to ask my daughter to go back to cooked anytime at all, if at all. If I mean now she's not even tempted. She's cooking for her dad. She cooks cooked food, but she's not even tempted. And I am giving her company as a mother. I was yo-yoing between little bit of grain, this and that, because all my issues were minor, minor, minor. So I was doing so-called cheat meals. But now, as a mother, it felt like, okay, I also should take responsibility and I have to give her company. So both of us switched to raw foods, and for me, it's like really, really good. uh I don't know what else to tell you. Like, when I see her eating, like, I was eating cooked and she was eating her raw salads, kind of felt like. And then I was having all these sniffles and then early morning sneezes, and she would look at me and say, Mom, maybe you may want to just move to raw, whatever. Like, it felt like, in movies they show, right, there is this alcoholic father who is like sitting, and then the children are like waiting for the dad to wake up so that the family is going to improve. So I felt like that. I'm like, Arey, what am I doing if my daughter is going on to raw and I'm the one who is doing all these cooked meals in between? Like, I was eating small portions, but still the cooked food craving was so much. And now I'm sneezing in the morning, my nose wouldn't stop dripping. And I knew it was the cooked food that was causing, but I was like, oh, okay, it's a minor issue. By 10 o'clock, my nose sniffles are going to go away. But then I just felt like that, like how they show in movies. And then I said, that's it. I'm not going to do any more of the cooked food. So I'm also done with cooked food. So again, it's your call, like, your children, whoever it is, something is going to wake us all up. But we all have to do something, like, in order to, we know what to do, but we have to put everything together or act together. Yeah. So I just wanted to share because Apurva's topic came up, but she's doing so much better. Her portion sizes have gone down, but I think there is more efficiency in the raw food so that she may not need a whole lot of food. And I'm just letting her guide herself. I'm just there. Sometimes I do try to give some suggestions, but I'll just let her go by her intuitions at this point. But her stamina is good. Has become much more compassionate than what she used to be. And then her friends also, this week is the last day of school. Everybody came and hugged her because she's changing schools now, going to another school. So everybody came and hugged her, and all of them had to say something good about her, like how much influence she had on with the diet part, or how she was compassionate with them, how she tolerated all of them. So again, it all, I think the mindset changes with the change in health and the amount of mucus we shed, and then our health improves. So one by one everything improves. But in children it happens much more faster because they don't have a whole lot to, I mean, like, shed, because all of us have a lot of baggages that come with all these 40-50 years of living that we have done. So yeah, that's my short talk on my yeah, my I wanted to share what I've been observing. But observing Apurva is like reading Mucusless Diet by Arnold Ehret on the fasting book. It's just like that. The amount of mucus that comes out from everywhere, it was like, the toilet bowl was like, it was just mucus. I had to every day I have to brush the toilet bowl. That was the amount of mucus that came in. Because, smoothies and peanut butter, they are really, really a dangerous
Peanut
combination
butter
to eat.
especially. Yeah,
Yeah,
peanut
peanut
butter.
butter, especially
Butter.
roasted nuts, are extremely, extremely dangerous. We got used to it. It's addiction, but it's very dangerous for all of us.
So, I mean, I have a confession. I used to have nuts every single day, not peanuts, but walnuts or something. And a few weeks to a couple of months ago, I completely stopped. And that personally helped me so much. because I used to do fruits all day long, and I would have a handful of nuts and sometimes little more than a handful. And that would impact my GI system big time. And another thing I noticed was I used to love eating raisins, dried grapes. But when I learned that they're so full of toxins, the way it's made, the process just literally blew me away. I had no idea that from grapes to dried raisins, the process involves so many chemicals. It's so toxic. So as much as I love that, and that was my go-to cheat meal. Like whenever I'm hungry or I'm craving for sweetness, I would have dried raisins. That's something I would have, either black or, white, yellow.
Yellow.
Now, I've stopped all of that, and it has made huge difference in my GI system. I mean, big time. I mean, I do have every now and again cooked meal, but fruits are major part of the day, 80 to 90%, and that's how I feel energetic. I'm doing at the hospital. I'm all day at the hospital, 10 hours, whatever, working. I have so much energy, and people think I'm 10 years younger than what I am. It's all because of that. Now, of course, there are
Mhm.
certain challenges. Now, if I do ask patients to do smoothie, now where you're coming from and where you're going. Now, Apurva is so blessed to have a mother like you. But when I see patients, there are so many challenges. Family members are sometimes very overpowering. There is so much of doubt. They're new to concept to the point that I've been threatened to be sued or doctors being
Mhm.
called. So I have to be very careful, especially I'm practicing in litigious society here in America. So to be very careful to understand what's the mindset of the patient, what surrounding they are, what kind of stress they live in that life, because all these factors play a role. So when you learn that the fact that you're here, you're above all of these things. So all of you should consider yourself really lucky that you came across this and you are able to follow this. And a lot of power to you guys that you're able to follow through. Because I see patients every single day, and a lot of them who, even if they have that little bit of belief, they're not able to practice it, or they have nobody to guide, or if they're listening to me, they don't believe it because there are 10 other people telling something else. And so I have to mold in such a way that at least give them a chance to come from where they are to the next step. Maybe not all the way there, but at least next step. And sometimes I have to give them poison a little bit. When I say poison, medicine, to actually start believing in me, because if they don't come to me, they're going to go to somebody else and get completely ruined. Believe it or not, I'm probably the only GI who talks about whole foods, plant-based diet day in, day out. And every patient, when there are millions of people in this town and hundreds of thousands of doctors with hundreds of GIs, nobody talks about it. It's such a challenge. But all power to you guys, and more power to you.
Thank you. Thank you. By the way, those of you who joined, Dr. Pritesh Mutta, he's joining us from Houston. He's one of those gastroenterologists. He's the only one that I can tell you who knows that the power of diet. And because, see, what we eat is the one that is going to affect our tummy. How can we isolate what we eat and then we can, behave as if these are two different entities? And he's one of those, he didn't tell me that, but I know personally from other other people I spoke to, like he's one of the world class renowned interventional gastroenterologists. Like he's one of those rare people. And look at him. I mean, he's also he's also speaking about the importance of it because he has seen what can go wrong, and then all those procedures that he does on patients. Sometimes it just makes us feel so sad. Yeah, like Vijayji, he had nothing to do. Right, he was a young guy, and they did a splenectomy on him because everything was so congested, and then they just had to do a splenectomy on him for nothing, for other than they could have changed the diet. So now I just wanted to one thing I want to ask you. We have lot of people, especially in India, dal and chawal combination. What do you think? Dal and roti combination. What is your input? Can you tell us? Because whenever we remove dals, people are getting so upset. Especially tur dal, rajma, chole, moong dal. People are literally upset. They are telling us like we are removing the source of protein from their diet, and they are very upset about it.
I mean, I can tell you about this tur dal. If somebody is having acidity, first thing you need to cut is tur dal. I mean, there is just no doubt about it. Now, any dal itself is processed, right? Beans are polished to make dal. Now, whole beans itself, they're very heavy to digest. So, it always, what I recommend is, where are you coming from? What is your background? So I put all of that perspective and like take a next step. Because like you said, protein is such a big challenge. Like at the end of the day, my mouth starts hurting by answering the same question over and over. What about protein? What about protein? So I'm like, if you're eating animal products, first of all, you got to stop that. If you're doing toxins, first of all, you've got to stop that. In beans, if you want to do it, go to the lighter beans, not the heavier beans. Eventually, you're like, fill your diet 80 to 90% with fruits and vegetables. Have 5, 6, 7, 8 fruits a day. When you do that, and I ask them to do green vegetable smoothie. So when you crowd out the bad stuff with good stuff. You put so much good stuff that you're not going to be, hungry to eat all of that. And then I tell them not to overeat, eat less than your appetite. If you directly tell them don't eat the beans, it's such a challenge that they feel like, but that's a problem. I need it. How am I going to get my protein? Or they'll also say that if I eat beans, I have gas. So I'm like, so then cut it down, then cut it down. So I listen to them, I see what they're saying, and that's how I guide them. So it's not that big of a challenge to listen and follow. The other thing is we put so much masalas in there that also worsens acid reflux. So slowly and steadily I guide them, but main recommendation I do is add 8 to 9 fruits, a variety of different fruits to your diet. When you do that and have green vegetables, different kinds of green vegetables, you're automatically going to be less hungry to have all the other stuff, and automatically you're going to start feeling better and better. And naturally you're going to kind of, deviate towards the right diet. Plus adding fasting. That is such a shocking thing for patients that, oh, fasting is good for you. Especially for Indians, it should not be such a big challenge, and still it feels like, oh, you're going to make me weak. More you fast, naturally apoptosis occurs, detoxification occurs, and more beans and high protein diet and animal products you eat, it actually stops apoptosis, stops cleanup. And although Wellcure natural lifestyle says that, Western medicine also says the same thing, except nobody follows and nobody listens and nobody cites that data. Yeah, so that's what I think. So once you do all the good stuff, automatically the bad stuff starts disappearing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. In between, as they're losing weight, then everybody talks about protein. The protein myth is so
Right.
deeply ingrained into everybody. And yeah, thank you, Dr. Mutta, for sharing all your views with this. Yeah, I just wanted to to talk to you more about this. So if they hear from the man himself, people will trust you rather than trusting us, right? So that's why I was asking you these questions
I
regarding
mean,
proteins and all.
I learned a lot from you, Prashanti, Dr. Atluri. I mean, you are the one who, I mean, I was on whole foods plant-based journey, but to take me to the nature cure lifestyle, um, to the next level, you played an instrumental role. So I want to thank you for that. Um, I cannot
Well,
say I'm.
we all have to thank Asha for that then, because she was the one who pushed us all into this.
Oh, excellent, Asha. Thank you, Asha.
Yeah. Yeah. So who is next, Asha? I hope everyone is listening keenly, because you have issues. We understand and we feel for you, but it's a process in itself. Health building is a process in itself, which comes with lot of faith, trust, and again, more knowledge is needed and to understand what you're going through. So that's what we are trying to do here at this point. So yeah, Asha, you can take over.
Thank you, Dr. Pritesh, for coming today and sharing your views. I am sure all our health seekers are very much inspired now to give it more. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So we have Dr. Vidya next.
Dr. Vidya is a gynecologist. She's a leading gynecologist. She's the head of the department in Pune. So if anybody wants any good care, go to her. She's very famous and she's very compassionate and passionate about this diet and lifestyle.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Prashanti.
Yeah, go ahead, Dr. Vidya.
So should I tell my journey?
Yes, yes. Please explain in like you have 10 minutes in your briefly your journey and what happened with your health and what did you do to change it and what
Okay.
kind of things happened along your journey and how you're doing today.
Yes. Now, since many years, I was very cautious about my health journey. I was following, that is what I thought, a very healthy lifestyle. I was having fruits. I was not taking animal food. So I thought I was eating a healthy diet. But in spite of that, I had health issues. Uh, I was suffering from hypertension for the last, say, 15 to 18 years, and I was on 2 tablets. Then in 2022, I developed irritable bowel syndrome. And for that, I consulted a leading gastroenterologist, the senior most gastroenterologist from Pune. And then he said we should go ahead with some tests like colonoscopy, sigmoidoscopy. And then I asked him, what do you expect? So he said, practically nothing. So then I said, should we go ahead with all these investigations? And if there is no cure for irritable bowel syndrome, what is the necessity of doing all these investigations? And so then my search for something alternative started. When I came across Wellcure and Dr. Prashanti, I attended their introductory webinar. Then I was convinced that probably this could help me with this issue of irritable bowel syndrome. I was having mucus in my stool. I was losing weight. I was having constipation and loose motions alternately. And so after following this lifestyle, within 3 months, the mucus stopped, my digestion improved. After 6 months, my blood pressure medicines I had to stop completely. And my skin improved. I had knee pain, so that also improved. And so through Dr. Prashanti, Ashaji, and Wellcure team, I learned that what is innervation, what is natural lifestyle, what is nature cure principles, and how our body has a tremendous capacity to heal itself, provided we give the right environment. So I adopted total plant-based whole food diet. I I changed my breakfast to complete fruits. So for nearly 1.5 months, I was on complete fruits. Luckily, I loved fruits, so that was not an issue for me. I was determined to cure my condition. So I decided to follow their advice A to Z. Whatever they said, I followed. And the result is such that I have cured not only my irritable bowel syndrome, but my blood pressure and my knee joint pain has also gone completely. And so I'm following the lifestyle which they have suggested and which they have taught me, and I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, thank you for sharing, Dr. Vidya. And Dr. Vidya is a very busy doctor, but she used to plan all her fruits and whatever she needs to take. She used to carry all that to her workplace and have it at her work whenever possible. And sunlight was also a problem because she used to be in and out of OT, but she used to make sure at least in the evening she gets her time there. And it's really wonderful, like, how in spite of her medical background, she completely trusted nature and she did everything which was needed to be done because she knew that this was probably, the last time that she can really get time to work on her health and improve it. And I'm really wonderstruck every time that in spite of so many things we've done, to our body, especially to our gut, how much the body again puts in the efforts to heal us, right? So that's really something we all should appreciate. So, Dr. Vidya, did you see any major healing crisis coming in between?
Yes. Initially, there were healing crises, which I could go through with your support and with your advice. And then once the healing crisis got over, all my issues were gone.
Yeah.
It was not a problem. So yes, naturally, because the body has toxins, it has to go through. Unless it goes through the healing crisis, how will it heal?
Exactly.
The healing crisis is a part of the healing journey, I would say. So once you go through it, the condition gets cured. But you guided so well through that journey also. Your support was very crucial, and I could manage to go through it. So that was not a much big issue.
Yeah, that's
It's the
wonderful. And yeah,
understanding. Yeah, it's the understanding. Once we understand the process, you will not be like, hilenge nahi hum. So yeah, we won't really. And then if I mean, like, even at work also, remember how every doctor was saying, where are you going to get your fat from protein, from carbohydrate? They were all becoming nutritionists for you. Now, what are they saying? Do they have anything to say about what is going on?
No, they are surprised that how you could stop your blood pressure medicines, two
Uh-huh.
drugs, and you stop them. It is dangerous. Now also they tell me that it is dangerous. Why don't you monitor? Are you sure it is normal without any medicines? So they are all surprised actually.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the conditioning is so deep, but but they don't want to ask more questions, huh? They don't want to know more about how body works. Well, they're trained in procedures and surgeries, so
That is the issue.
yeah, yeah. So it's the same everywhere. So, but I'm so glad, Dr. Vidya. So, I mean, yeah, the more and more of us we start speaking about it, more is going to a lot has to change. See, all this science has been there since 1700s. The books are right there. So everything, all that knowledge is not there. It's not like Asha Madam has invented some new science of eating or anything. It's all there. What we have been doing is we are just observing, implementing, and then following and experiencing and again experimenting. So that's what we've been doing, and that's where we have arrived at this point.
Yes.
But
So
yeah.
so I don't feel like eating grains anymore now. And I am following no salt, zero oil based cooking. Cooked food is very less. Most of it is fruits and raw food. So I'm enjoying this raw food and fruit diet actually. And it is so easy to carry fruits. You don't have to cook them. So easy to carry and eat it whenever you feel hungry.
I agree. I agree. And for the rest of the family members, you just make something, whatever they like, little bit of it. You don't have to spend lots and lots of hours in the kitchen. So slowly, most of them will feel good with switching their breakfast to fruit. That is easier because most of them are just stuffing themselves with paratha in the morning when the body is not ready. They feel great when they just come, grab fruit and go. So at least we can change that. Breakfast can be changed easily.
Yes, what I learned from my patients, I mean, when I talk to my patients about diet, actually they are little surprised how a doctor is telling about what to eat and what not to eat. So according to them, I should write some medicines and that's it, or suggest some surgery. So diet changes coming from a doctor, they were a bit surprised initially, but then slowly they started making changes. I told them to uh, skip their breakfast, and instead of the regular the breakfast that they would take, include fruits. So change their breakfast to fruit-based breakfast. So small changes when you tell them they are ready to accept, but total changes in a day is not possible. So step by step, you have to go with their diet changes. People not ready to change their diet immediately. So they will make step by step changes to stop junk food, to include more fruits, to include more raw fruits, and then step by step we can go. So that is what I
Yeah.
have learned while dealing with my patients.
I had a
And the
question.
most Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
I just want to make this statement. The most important thing to do is to tell them, literally plead them to stop their coffee and tea. That is the most destructive habit early in the morning, or it totally ruins the gut. And all, I mean, I never thought that tea and coffee could have that much of influence. I was never a coffee or a tea drinker, so I never thought. But the more I'm looking at it, it's just like, it just puts a big hole in the health, big hole in the health. Yeah, Dr. Gupta, you can go on.
Yeah, so Dr. Gaikwad, one of the things that I always hear in India, in Pune, so one of the things I always hear is, oh, you don't get good quality fruits. They're all full of chemicals. So how do you tackle that, and how do you guide your patients with that question to guide them to the right direction?
Yes, so I guide them about fruits. See, the fruits like pomegranate. So it has a
Yes.
thick skin. So that
Mhm.
shouldn't be affected by the pesticides. And the bananas, they can ripen them at home also. So what I do is I have a box which has 2 holes in front and 2 holes behind. I keep
Okay.
a ripened fruit in that. That is my method of ripening fruits. And I
Okay.
ripen them at home. Same for mangoes. Either
Okay.
you have to take it from an authentic source, which is organic fruit and vegetable farming based, or you have to ripen them at home. That is the best way.
Good suggestion. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Vidya. Thank you for coming and sharing. So next, we have Amarnath.
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me well?
Yes, Amarnath, go ahead.
Yeah, so basically, I'm following this diet for last 1.5 years. I started my journey with Wellcure 1.5 years ago, and since then, I have seen such a tremendous change. So basically, let me talk about my conditions earlier. So I weighed 93 at the peak of my, let's say, weight, 93 kg. I had blood pressure, which was there when I was 30 years old. So I'm 40 now. I had it for almost 10 years. And then I couldn't eat anything without having any kind of acidity. So every meal had, after every meal, I used to get acidity. So I used to buy pan 40 like monthly grocery from the chemist, and I used to have all the BP medicines, everything in time. And I was told to accept that this is a norm. So you have acidity, you have BP, and at some point in time, I just gave up. And that's where, through one of my friends in the apartment, Rohit, and he's such a kind fellow, I got to know about this, that he healed his kind of severe heart issues through this. So I thought that if he can heal that, then why not my simple blood pressure go out with it. So I'm on the journey for last 1.5 years, and today in terms of my blood pressure, it is somewhere close to 120, 75, goes down to 110, and my pulse is generally around 55. It used to be 120, 150 also. It used to kind of go just sitting idle. Acidity, I no longer have it, and my weight is close to 61.5 kilos now. So that's like 33 kilos roughly, which means like one third of me is gone. Now, in terms of what really helped me sustain so far in the journey, and I'm very hopeful of sustaining it even ahead. Not hopeful, I think I will. Because number one, I followed few of the first principles, which it was kind of an epiphany for me once I got to understand and realize it myself. So the first is our body takes care of itself, and it heals on its own. It doesn't really require anything. So basically, the conditioning that medicines are required, when I understood the entire kind of, let's call it for lack of any other word, philosophy as to how it works, and saw it experientially, I realized that body just heals. We just need to give it a chance. So I did water fasting as it was suggested. Started with half day, full day, all the way. The maximum I did was like 72 plus hours, and I really saw the changes in terms of how everything healed. And second was that let let's I just realized that what would have we have been if we wouldn't have really evolved in this manner. And what I mean by evolution is the sociological, the conditioning, and all of that. If we are like a caveman, what would I have done? Would have eaten fruits, we would have really lived in the nature, we would have done a lot of physical exertion, and I imbibed that. So in terms of sunlight, in terms of walking, I daily go ahead for walking for almost 45 plus minutes. I enjoy in the sunlight. And fruits. I also read somewhere, and also I think one of the articles which Asha had sent that we were basically fruitarians, and we were naturally attracted towards fruit. Now today I've been eating fruits for almost 2 years in breakfast, and I cannot just imagine anything without a fruit. And it's I like it so much that even I attended a big fat wedding of almost 1 week with a complete fruit and raw diet. And even I had gone to Rishikesh on a meditation camp up somewhere in a very remote place. I could arrange fruit. So even in all of these both sides of the continuum, I was able to manage it. So I think not able to adhere to this simple diet, I think that's the excuse. It's not realistic. We can, if we want, I think we can really follow it. And there's a natural propensity to eat fruits. Now, I eat my breakfast as fruits, and I love papayas like crazy. I have almost 12 to 15 kilos of papaya right now in my home, which are ripening. I eat mangoes, and then in the afternoon, I eat vegetables, raw vegetables, and then followed by fruit diet again in the evening. So that's something which I have been doing. Any happy to take any questions, or Dr. Prashanti, if you want me to talk
Yeah,
more?
so
Yeah, no.
Amrinath, Dr. Prashanti wanted you to speak about, your mood and overthinking, stress, and how it is related to the gut. What have you
Yeah,
observed?
absolutely. Oh yeah, yeah. Thanks for pointing that out. So I also realized that 70% of my problems were even now are related to my mood, anxiety, and all of that. And earlier, what used to happen is that I used to get into vicious circle about the medical anxiety, that what has happened to me. I was following all that so-called the normal diet, which actually is an aberration. But and these all symptoms used to happen. I used to think that what has really happened. Now that put me in vicious circle. And even later, I realized that if I have some stress at work, it really starts affecting the gut in almost a very significant manner. And I also realized that when such things happen, how do we really manage that in terms of cut down on the cut down or kind of manage the diet in such a way that I either do a fasting or just get on fruits, so that I'm able to really manage all the stress. So yes, I think that plays a big role in managing the entire lifestyle. And this is where Jyoti ji and kind of her guidance has really really helped me along. So thanks to her as well for this.
Yeah. So I just wanted to ask, like your sister also has joined. So I'm seeing Ananya's name too. So in between, remember what happened? All the family members had a family meeting. They wanted to make sure you're doing well. They wanted to, like, bring you back to, like, not to go, like, according to them, it was an extreme. And then they just wanted to make sure you're not going into that path. So then you ended up seeing another Ayurvedic doctor. They gave you something that kind of aggravated the issue. There were a few ups and downs, but again, we all find our own journey. Like, we all say, and then there will be small side tracks that happen. Again, we come back to the main path only after learning our own lessons.
Yeah, absolutely. Very true. So it's not been easy, and as you said, it's been ups and downs and back and forth over here. So first was that it took some time to really kind of experience, and that yes, it really works. And when I had that confidence, and then it was kind of influence from others, that the same thing as Dr. Pritesh Mita was talking about, that where do you get proteins from. And then I found the interesting cartoon which I think you had shared, Dr. Prashanti, with the gorilla eating grass. And that is the one which I just forward to people who almost ask me that. So I said that I have something for you in your WhatsApp. So I think that really answers those questions. And yes, I tried Ayurveda in between, but I think everyone has got their own ways, but no one kind of got to the first principles, which the Wellcure and the natural healing really went to. So I thought that this is the right way, because you are talking fundamentals. You are also talking how it works. You're not just writing a prescription, but it was all about why it works, how it works, and it was absolutely experiential. So today I had a little bit of anxiety for something, so I'm actually not going to have my dinner, and I'm absolutely fine with it. I can just take kind of a day off for food. Yeah, so it's
Exactly.
been ups and
Exactly.
downs. Yeah.
So in your situation, the thing was you like lot of medications are still being eliminated. Remember, there were 10 years or 10 plus more years of medications. And then the diet was also a lot of chana dal, besan, and all of that went in for a while since your childhood. On top of it, now also there is a lot of stress that is going on around you. That could be one of the major factors. And then on top of it, you're experimenting with cooked food. Now I hope you got more recipes for salad and more inspiration. And you're not going to go for cooked food. As we both discussed, that you're going to stay only on raw foods for the next 30, in 60 days. And you're going to see how well you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think right now I just don't have to worry about it at all. And because it's the mango season, so like yesterday, just I had a mangoes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And
Big shipments.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
big shipments. And now my papaya consignment is almost ready. So it's going to be a papaya day. So I think that's good. And yes, once in a while I did try cooked food, a little rice, and some temptations around that are still there. But yes, they are cut down drastically. But wheat is absolutely no, no. I think it's been 2 years I would have even kind of tasted a morsel of wheat. Wheat is out. Rice I still have a little bit, but that's like very rare. Yes, I'm absolutely kind of cognizant of that.
Yeah, yeah, grains are the worst thing. By the way, all of you, please read N.K. Sharma ji's Grains book. It's very good. It's like 90 rupees, 90 or 110 rupees on Amazon. So, because grains are are very detrimental to our health. Being see, that was a survival thing that they did, and then they started. But now, none of us are like farming communities. Nobody's working. We need to have some amount of combustion, extreme, like that oxygenation and combustion needs to happen for the grains to get digested. Otherwise, there will be ton of mucus that is going to load up the system. So, yeah, come out of this myths of grains and legumes and other things. We are not living like our forefathers. So every time we say something like this, then we are going to say, you guys will say, oh, like our forefathers lived off of grain. How can you say that? And everybody. But the thing is, modern day living is entirely different when compared to what people were doing in the past. They were only eating one meal a day, and when they didn't have any food, they were fasting. So, but today we have 4 grain meals a day, morning to evening, and maybe even a snack of grain in between. So, do you really think it's going to work for us? We have everything at the tip of our fingertips with electricity, transportation, everything, refrigeration. So, please, you are not living like a caveman, so you cannot eat or like, whatever, like a farmer anymore. So, you can't eat that way. Okay, so Amar, anything to say? I think now next is Sirish, or Sirish will be coming. Sirish is going to continue this episode of Ayurvedic medicines and other things. So what Amar has gone through, with Sirish has just started this journey. But Amar, you're looking great. You're looking much younger, and your weight has stabilized. So everything has like benefited you, and now all the family members who were trying to pull you back, now they are all enrolled with Wellcure in order to find their way back to health. So this is the good news. Yeah.
Thank you, Amar. Thank you. Yes, Shirish, please go ahead.
Sure. Okay. All right. So I'm 46 years old. I'm in Pune. And I'm enrolled with Wellcure for around 1.5 months, and taking help of Dr. Prashanti ji and Manisha ji. Okay. Let me just talk about my issues first. So, as my parents tell, I was born with a lot of issues. The first 3 years, I had a pneumonia and a lot of diarrhea and a lot of vomiting. I was not able to digest anything, And since my mom didn't know about how the digestion system works, so she used to feed me whenever I had any diarrhea or any vomiting. And she used to feed me, and then again, I used to vomit or just poop out. So 3 years went like that. Okay. Then after 3 years, I kind of got a little bit better by suppressing the symptoms by Ayurvedic medicines. And then, I was kind of doing okay. But as I was growing up, I realized that I don't have much energy in general, and I was prone to constipation. Okay, and I also had sometimes acidity, even as a kid, but not really. That was just occasional, not much. But things started, becoming chronic when I was around 18 years old, and I went to college. I had some lifestyle changes, some stress there, and I developed constipation in such a way that I started taking Ayurvedic churnas, and I was taking it till I joined Wellcure. So every day I had to take tunas, and the quantity got increased. As I grew older, the quantity of my tuna got increased. Uh, so after constipation, this was going on, and I also had a lot of stuff in between. I had, few years I was suffering from headache, and they got suppressed by Ayurvedic medicines. I also had sarcoidosis. Again, Ayurvedic medicines. I was just, fond of Ayurvedic medicines. I used to take them. I had a ringworm, again, got suppressed by some allopathic and Ayurvedic. So I kept having something or the other, but my body was not coming to a healthy state where it stops exhibiting these diseases. So, and I had low energy, and I used to think, how to cure it. So I also learned Ayurveda in between. I took a 2 year course from California College of Ayurveda, a correspondence course, and started learning Ayurveda and starting, following their diet and lifestyle and stuff. But I could not really cure myself. And I was just wondering why can I cure? I mean, why can I not cure myself, and how can I cure really myself? So it just went on. And then, my sleep was also getting bad in the last, I would say, 6, 7 years. I used to wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning, and then used to remain awake for like maybe sometimes 1 or 2 hours, and then also had trouble falling asleep a little bit. But this, became worse. And then again, I was taking Ayurvedic medicines and, just kind of suppressing the symptoms, but not really able to cure. Okay. And then, something really weird happened around 3 years back. I developed acidity big time. I had so much acidity, really difficult to control, and I had to run to Ayurvedic doctors, from one doctor to another doctor. And then, one of my Ayurvedic doctors suggested me to, go to allopathic doctors, since she said she tried a lot of herbs on me, did all kind of experiments, nothing was working. I had acidity, I had bloating, I had low appetite. And I also want to tell you about low appetite. I was, given isoniazid around 12 years back, when I was detected with passive tuberculosis, not active, but passive tuberculosis in states. And the United States government policy, I don't know what, but they asked me to that you have to take this medication for 6 months. So I took it, but that really, really upset my digestive system, which became really weak, and I lost appetite. So, and it has been 12 years, and my appetite is really, really poor. And I was just wondering how to revert that. I tried multiple things, but I could not. Okay, so now coming back to the acidity 3 years back. So I had acidity, bloating, and sleep got worse, and a lot of symptoms along with that, gas and stuff, right? Then, I was having had a sent a message to Dr. Pritesh ji, and in September. Earlier, also I tried a little bit of whole food plant-based diet 3 years back with some guidance. But I was left very dry, and I mean, I had a lot of gas. Maybe I didn't do it right, or something happened, so I had to stop in between. Then I talked to Dr. Pritesh ji last year around September, and he suggested me to go to Dr. Prashanti. And I was thinking to take his recommendation, but I was not ready to go to the raw-based diet, and I kept thinking. Then I did my other experiments too. And then finally, 1.5 months back, I went to Dr. Prashanti, Wellcure team, and gradually they put me on a raw diet. So last 1.5 months, and earlier I was skeptical, to be honest, really skeptical, because I was coming from Ayurvedic background, really believing what they said, and I still, think that their basic concepts are really intact, but the way it is practiced currently, I think there are a lot of issues. They are just following it in an allopathic way. You go to the Ayurvedic doctor, they start giving you chunas and everything. They do not really think about the diet and lifestyle. And also, I don't think there's much research about how the lifestyle of the current generation is, and how do you accommodate Ayurvedic principles. That's just my thoughts on that. Anyways, I was skeptical, and then Dr. Prashanti also gave me some resources to read. So I started reading also. And with my experience with the raw diet, the initial hiccups were, I started, but then I was used to really feel fatigue, and I was told that the toxins are coming out, so you will feel fatigued, and it's gonna stay for a few days. And I just kept observing myself, and I did realize that after some days, my fatigue was kind of getting gone, was really going, and I was feeling a little bit more energy. Uh, and and with my experience, I just went on, and I became less skeptical. Then I read the book by Sharma, which Dr. Prashanti ji recommended, Dyspepsia and Constipation. And I really enjoyed reading that book. And what really clicked me was the body's own ability to heal itself if you give it what the body is looking for. Okay, so and then I was not skeptical at all, and I really wanted to now go with the flow. Okay, and then things started going in the right direction. Now I feel my body is getting cured. Okay, I have less acidity now. I don't take pantoprazole 40 now. I was taking pantoprazole 40 mg in the morning. I don't have to take it. I had some more challenges in this journey. I One day I had a lot of acid reflux, and I called up Manisha ji. I told Manisha ji that I just took some allopathic suppressants because I just could not tolerate, and she said you should not do it. Then I said, what should I do? Then she said, you just let it come out, let the body do whatever it wants to do. I said, okay. And I just stopped the allopathic, and I had, and then, I asked her then when to eat food. I'm just feeling no appetite. She said, do not eat if you don't feel appetite. Just, let the appetite come, and then you eat something. I said, okay. And then I was fasting, was just on coconut water, and lot of, acid was coming out from my mouth. I was vomiting. I think, I remember from 8 a.m. to 1 a.m., I was almost constantly drinking water and getting the acid out, drinking water, getting the acid out. And I thought after 1 p.m. it kind of stopped, I will feel hungry, and I'm gonna eat something. But unfortunately, the hunger didn't come. And in the afternoon, my heart palpitations, I felt heart palpitations. My father came, and my father said my BP is low, and my family was saying that he should do something, he should eat something. I talked to Manisha ji. She asked me to take coconut water whenever you feel like. I took coconut water, and my father did some acupressure points and some stuff. So my heartbeat were kind of getting normal after like 1 or 2 hours. And then I started developing hiccups, almost constant hiccups, not getting controlled. And I messaged Manisha ji, but they also kind of coming and go, coming and go. And then I realized, all the acid which was coming out now is still a little bit, the frequency was really low now. That stopped. Okay. But I didn't feel the hunger. So next day, I think I had almost 2 days of fasting, or maybe 2 or 3 days. And I was almost on the coconut water. Then I started feeling a little bit hungry. Then I came back to the usual diet which Wellcure recommended me earlier, and I realized I didn't have to take the any churna for constipation anymore. After that day, I didn't take any churna for constipation, and also I didn't have to take the pantoprazole 40 mg afterwards. And I was really, I mean, it was like a miracle for me. May not be miracle for the Wellcure team because they have seen so many cases, but it was for me. Uh, okay, then my faith in the system really increased because that was coming from my own experience now. And then I just kept going in the same direction. My acidity reduced. My appetite is also getting better. Though I think I still have to go, and it will get better, I'm sure. And my other issues, my sleep is better. My low energy is definitely better. After I went 100% raw, my energy, I never felt such energy before in my life. I never knew that I can have such kind of energy, and I can do more work. I can focus more. My mind is calmer now. Um, and yeah, I think I'm in a far better shape now, and I have a journey to go. I know I have a journey ahead to really get my 100%. So yeah, that was it. And thank you, Dr. Pritesh Muta, for referring me to the right source. I trusted you 100%, and I thank to Dr. Prashanti ji, Manisha ji in my journey, and also Vijay Shinde ji.
Yeah. So yeah, September was September 2024, huh? So almost six
Yes,
months, 7 months, it kind of you debated what to do before you came.
yes, yes.
Got it,
I
got
mean,
it. But
yeah.
so you will be 2025 Lakshman Sharma ji, right? You read his autobiography, didn't you? Like I
Yes,
see, did I share? Yeah, so very
two
similar
times,
story, right? Yeah, very, very
two
similar
times.
story.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but again, you will be 2025 Arnold Ehret. So, yeah, so his story kind of like, Sirish, your story kind of tells us like, childhood issues, how parents are so ill-informed about what diet has to be and what the nutrition, and then how suppression leads to so many deeper issues for children as they grow older. But every parent, all of you, I'm pretty sure, except for few like Payal and all, but everybody is youngster, I mean, have young children at home. This should be like a lesson to all of us to focus more on their health and teach them at very young age, like what is real food and what should be eaten and how not to suppress symptoms and how to understand the body. It's very important. Otherwise, it's just going to be one more journey for them to sail, I mean, to find their way back to health. So, I mean, it's hard to reinvent the wheel. Don't reinvent the wheel with what we have done, but yeah, teach them at very young age what to do.
One point here, I want to give a lot of credit to Shresh ji. I
Mhm.
think everybody who's doing it, the biggest challenge comes when you learn everything, you think it's all good, it's worth trying. But the biggest challenge is when you start detoxifying. When the detoxification occurs, you have all kinds of symptoms. And at that time, to keep faith that no, this is worth it and I need to continue. That is the weakest point you are at. That is the time when everybody around you is going to ask you to stop doing this. that is the time when you're going to question everything that you've recently read and you're going to start believing what you've done before. So that is the hardest part. And to get through that part, you reached out to me, Shrishji, at that time. And I know it was tough, and I couldn't tell much more than just trust the process. Nothing else I could say, but it's completely his decision, his dedication, and that's the results that you're seeing. And so does everybody who goes through that process. On the other hand, I've seen patients when the detoxification starts, there are patients who have much longer process, much severe, and they end up getting mad at me, criticizing me, and they're going back to their old doctors, going back on medicine, and actually threatening me. So it
Yeah.
can go in multiple different directions. That is the hardest part, and you got through that, and that's kudos to you.
Thanks to you
Yeah.
for motivating me at that time also.
Absolutely. No,
Yeah. Yeah, but this has to be like, you need to keep learning, learning, learning. Amar will be the one who, because when we go in circles with Amar on and off. So if you're you also, you have some more, because as I said, all the churnas and kadas and everything that you took, they haven't gone anywhere. They are in the fat, they are in the liver tissue. And whenever the body gets a chance, body is going to dump them out, and that's how the body heals. So you do end up experiencing a lot of these similar symptoms as the body is massively detoxifying itself in big chunks. So yeah, you just in some more time, longer time, because INH, you remember you took INH for a long period of time. That is one of the most liver toxic medication, because it just goes and sits in the liver. So it's going to take some more time, Sirish. But don't look into cooked food. I hope you kind of gave up your love affair with cooked food, all of you. And Apurva is here. You want to say something? No, you don't want to talk. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, so yeah, she keeps thinking like, why are these adults so after cooked food? She can't stop looking at my husband, and he keeps complaining that he has issues, this and that. And then she's staring at him, and then he's an emergency medicine doctor, and he keeps telling her to, where is your carbohydrate, where is your protein, where is your fat, whenever Apurva is eating her salad. And then his jaw drops when he sees her eating whole beetroot. So again, lot of conditioning, lot of unlearning has to happen. We are all here to learn. Yeah.
strong.
So yeah, I think Asha, hey, Dr. Mutta, I have a quick question for you. We have patients with significant inflammatory bowel disease, ulcerative colitis especially, and Crohn's. So we need some amount, if Meenakshi Sahu is there, or Amit Sharma. So they have gone through a lot, and they are doing their best. I mean, they're trying their best. They're all young. Meenakshi's daughter is very young. She's in engineering. She's a engineering graduate. But they're sailing through rough patches, and I keep talking to them more and more, try to boost up their confidence. But as you understand, it's a significantly deeper issue when compared to just the irritable bowel itself. So any words of wisdom for them? Because I had to put them back again on some amount of misalamine, because the detox was really massive amount of detox was happening. And then at home, they're not able to detox peacefully at home. And then all of them, they're not able to tolerate water fasting. So I gave them the book. Remember Dr. Goldstein's book? Did I share it with you? That book is every time I read that book, it's just so much of teariness happens to me. But I mean, the amount of fasting he has done, 40 days, 41 days of fasting he has done. Wish there is a way for all of them to go fasting. But the problem is they all have dipped down their weight. They are all in 40s kilos, because Goldstein didn't have a lot of weight loss. He started off with a great amount of weight, so he didn't have a whole lot to lose. But now I can't ask them to go on water fasting. Again, I have to put them back. And now they're not feeling too well back on misalamine. And some of them are not even able to eat fruit. They're totally became they have an aversion towards fruit once I put them back on the medication. So anything to share from your experience?
It's a tough disease, and I'm very sorry for you guys. I have a
Mm-hmm.
panel of patients. It's not a journey of weeks or months, it's a journey of years. And you have to be very determined. Yeah, when you have severe weight loss, when you have severe symptoms, it's a challenge. And I also put some of these patients back on mesalamine sometimes, because just reality of life is different than what we want. If you were in an isolated, unique situation where we can watch you and and you don't have any other responsibility, it's a different story. But when you have real life scenario, when you have family, when you have all the other challenges, and going through this sometimes becomes challenging. So I get where you're coming from, giving mesalamine back. With Crohn's, really, mesalamine is not the solution, but with ulcerative colitis, it will at
Ulcerative.
least give you a band-aid solution. But it's a longer journey for ulcerative colitis than Crohn's. I mean, when you look at Western medicine, treating Crohn's is difficult, and ulcerative colitis is easy. Treating, when I say treating, suppressing. But when you come to nature cure, ulcerative colitis is much more difficult to get rid of than Crohn's. Actually, Crohn's will be faster results than ulcerative colitis. So it's a journey that's going to last years. And it's okay if you have, dips. It's a process. Don't aim for perfection, aim for progress. So even if you don't do it completely, you end up cheating or you end up doing something, don't feel disheartened. It's okay. Get back to the routine the next day whenever you can. The bigger challenge is managing stress level. Stress level plays such a big role in IBD, inflammatory bowel disease, ulcerative colitis. So you have to have that meditation time, having good meditation expert to teach you and learn from. Um, when you start doing that, you will see that when you're happy from within, it will transform your gut health very fast. It's a two-way street. It's not just the diet impacting brain, it's the brain impacting diet as well. So if you can do that along with, of course, sunlight, gentle exercise, going as much on fruits as possible. If not, try green vegetable juices. You have to variety. Now, you can't do 100%, and that's okay. Whatever you can do to improve is good. Definitely add stress management as a routine and give good enough time for that. And definitely stay away from toxins, at least if not from cooked food, but all the chemicals, all the processed food, all the animal products. You gotta completely cut that out. Um, there is no quick fix. There is no easy solution. It's a journey. A year later, your colon is going to be completely either scarred and healed. The disease is going to burn out, and you're going to have new mucosa over the period of 1 to 2 years. It's going to be a process. Um, I wish there was a magic pill. I wish I could tell you that this is it and it's done. It's a journey and it's going to be a process. I've had patients who are doing this for years. I've had patients who don't follow all the diet and lifestyle recommendation, but whenever they have symptoms, they go on 10 days fast and then they feel better. Um, there are some who will 100% do it, others will just do it as and when. So it's a journey. Your body will start turning around. If you cheat, don't be hard on yourself. Be forgiving to yourself, because that added stress is not going to help, and try to get back to the path as soon as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, as you said, yes, we had a decent, fortunate chances of recovery with Crohn's condition with Nature Cures. But for ulcerative colitis, I had 3 patients back to back. All of them are there are ups and downs, lot of ups and downs, and severe amount of ulceration. I'm not getting colonoscopies on them, as you know. I'm just trying to get some ultrasounds, just a non-invasive method, just to see what's going on inside. So big ulcers, and I'm seeing big ulcers, and there is a lot of edema around it. And then they're concerned about their weight loss, and they're not able to water fast because detox is happening in massive amounts. So we have to control, put some brakes on that massive amount of detox. Then it's creating a lot of issues inside their body. Yeah, I don't know. I wish there is a way for them, but they have gone through lot of issues. See, they went through Ayurvedic, they went through this and that. So they sat on it for a long period of time. Since one of them was had it issues from 2018, and so lot of issues are going on. On top of it, there is lot of stress. whatever it could be the reason, either the job stress or functioning in the family stress, and they need plenty of rest because it's a big ulcer that is there in the gut, and it's a fracture. When you have a fracture of the bone, everybody will let you take rest, but then when there is a fracture in the colon, nobody will see it, nobody will be able to understand it, and they're not letting them take enough rest.
The stress part is big factor that we don't address as much. It's absolutely as important as diet, especially in ulcerative colitis. And if we blame circumstances for stress, then we are starting on a wrong path. Once we recognize the power to be stressed or be happy is within you, regardless of circumstances, that's when the journey begins. Easier said than done. But that's where spirituality comes in. That's where looking within comes in. That's where understanding soul part comes in. That's when, these components really play a role. Either there are stories that you listen to guide yourself whenever you're down or whatever. You understand karma theory. The spiritual aspect is very important with ulcerative colitis. With so much weight loss, it becomes a challenge for sure. And mesalamine, one thing about it is it does not get absorbed as much. So the side effects compared to other things, it's a band-aid treatment, no doubt. But if that is going to help you a little bit to get through this process, and that's okay. And worse come worse, I have seen other doctors give a short course of steroids to just get over the hump. I try not to do that, but that's the thing of last resort, especially when you are in such difficult situation to get over that phase. I wish I had better words of wisdom.
Yeah, no, it's a journey in itself. It's going to take years. So yeah, they just have to, and this is their last, they have gone through other modalities, and now they know that this is the only thing that they have to offer. So yeah, and one of them has taken Ayurvedic medications, and they didn't even realize that there was mercury in it, and they were told there was mercury only after they realized that they were having skin issues. So now they have to detox from all that mercurials and everything that has started this ulcerative colitis. Yeah,
Matter,
so
mind or matter, you can detoxify faster and better by focusing on the mind. And there are lots of different experts out there who can guide you on this path. So here, mind over matter is much more important than anything else. While you're doing diet, you have to figure out a way to manage stress under expert guidance and whatever clicks with you. But I cannot stress the importance of managing stress, no pun intended, but it's painful process, but managing stress is going to help you a lot in this journey, because your mind, when you heal, when you kind of manage stress, you send positive vibrations, and that will send positive chemicals to heal faster, to help detoxify in easier way. So you have that capability, mind over matter. It's very important to understand.
yeah. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everybody. And thanks a lot, Dr. Mutta and Asha, for doing all this. Anybody wants to say anything? Or, yeah, maybe Asha, we can involve Vaidehi ji is involved with Rachana's case, maybe some mudras or something. I don't know. I'll talk to you more about that later.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. So, anyone else, Dr. Prashanti, whom I have missed? I don't think so.
Malik. No, everyone who is keen on health building is here, everybody. And Mausami, you want to say something? Or you still want to, heal? Amit, you want to say something? Mausami, Amit, Sri Lakshmi. Anybody wants to talk? Dr. Mutta is here if you want any more, words of encouragement. He's going to say the same thing like what we are saying, but if you need expert guidance, more words of encouragement, you can ask him questions. Probiotics. Amit, okay, I sent you enough information on probiotics. So what kind of probiotics do you want? What kind of probiotics do you want, Amit? What are the names of the probiotics you're looking at?
So if I may answer.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I do not recommend probiotics. What I would recommend is actually going out in nature, go out in farms, wherever there is natural soil, walk, be with nature. That is the best probiotic you can get. So just let's talk about Western medicine, right? What probiotic is doing is giving you good bacteria that will go in your colon and help you heal and release chemicals. That's the Western medicine theory, right? When you go out in nature, when you walk barefoot, right? So you are out in nature, you're in the farm or in jungle or wherever, where there is open area, there are no chemicals, nothing. Now, when you're walking barefoot, when you're staying there, when you do whatever activity there, you naturally kind of, flood your system, bathe your system with natural probiotics or good bacteria, which will go and help you. There is research on this that is published that these exposures help you heal faster, decrease, what we call flare-ups, acute worsening. So very, very important that go out in nature. We think, yeah, I'm going out in nature. No, but we are in the jungle of cement, concrete. So we are not really going out in nature. So make that time, at least if you cannot do it every day, every other day, at least 2 times a week on weekends. Go out in the remote areas around you, walk barefoot, spend some time there, do all your activities all day long there, and you're going to bathe your system with probiotics, natural probiotics, without taking these toxic chemicals. Because do not ever think that probiotics do not have side effects. There are plenty of side effects. My biggest task when patients come to me is stopping them to take probiotics. I'm like, I asked them, how long have you been taking? They've been taking for months, sometimes years. I'm like, how much money did you spend? A ton of money. Did that help you? No, that's why I'm here. I'm like, stop that thing. That's the first thing I recommend them. So do not worry about probiotic. You need to worry about prebiotics. And prebiotics, nothing but fruits and vegetables. These are natural prebiotics that's going to make sure that good bacteria grow and help you heal. So go out in nature, manage your stress, and focus on the diet.
Thank you, Dr. Mutta. That's indeed very good advice, and I hope our health seekers will do it. Especially tomorrow is a Sunday, so start right from tomorrow. We have at least, I mean, it's difficult in Indian cities, but still everyone has some parks and people staying near the beaches can go near the beach. That's also very helpful. The beach, the air and the wind, especially when you're staying near a water body, it's very healing for the system. Yeah. So thank you, Dr. Pritesh and Prashanti, and a lot of gratitude and thanks to the speakers who came today and so helpfully shared their healing stories. We'll close today's call. So can we finish today's session, Dr. Prashanti?
Yeah, yeah. If nobody has any questions, yeah,
I think
please,
Sri Devi, is it? Who has raised
please
Sri
Sri Devi.
Lakshmi?
Sri Lakshmi. Okay, yeah, Sri Lakshmi, go ahead. That's Kalyan's mom?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. No, she'd put her hand down. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, everyone, it's a journey in itself. What can I say? Again and again, we keep repeating the same thing. But yeah, raw foods, but focus on raw foods, mostly fruits. It's what can I say? Please get over the cravings though. Grains though, forget about grains for now. Just forget about grains and then do what you have to do. But stick to low percentage of cooked food, cooked vegetables and other things. But focus mostly on raw foods. And again, listen to your body. If there are any symptoms of acidity or anything, you know what to do. Not to suppress it, but to go on water fasting. But all the thing is, like, whoever is here, you have sailed through it and you have done wonderfully well. And we're going to be using your help more and more in order to guide future participants, because those who have healed is much more powerful and much more knowledgeable than any doctor who has never gone through all these issues. Doesn't matter what kind of degrees they have, what kind of research background they have, or what procedures they can do. So we're going to be taking more and more of your help in order to guide future participants. So I'm just giving you heads up. So yeah, be prepared, be ready to be health guides very soon. Your turn is going to come to help other people. Dr. Pritesh, you want to do any kind of closing?
So, I don't, you're the experts. All I will say is be kind to yourself. Very, very important. Don't, that is the key. When you're working, when you're going on this journey, you will learn, you will have all kinds of emotions, but be kind to yourself. If you cheat, that's okay. Get back to the routine. The goal is progression to reach perfection. If you're not there, don't be hard on yourself. If you manage stress along with diet and lifestyle, you're going to go a long way. So start with being kind to yourself. This is, of course, the journey of compassion. We are being compassionate with our food. We are being compassionate with our people. So getting anxious, having all kinds of anxiety, having all kind of anger or emotions is not being compassionate to yourself. So being compassionate to yourself, like you're compassionate in your diet, is also equally important. That's the one thing I just want to make sure that you guys understand that and focus on that as well.
Yeah, wonderful words, wonderful words. Yes, don't beat up yourself, but we are here and all of us are there to cheer you up and uplift you. That's the power of community, virtual community. I mean, wish we are all close to each other and then we all knew each other very well, or next door neighbors. But again, the power of, with all these apps and everything, we have to make use of all of these. But we are here to, uplift each other up, and then, guide you, show you more on what works for you. So it's just loaning the roadmap at this point. So yeah, so I'll see you guys again in our consults and other places. But if there is nothing much to share or discuss, then we can all take a
Dr.
break then.
Prashant, can I say something?
Yeah,
I think,
please.
yeah, I think this was the book which you were talking about.
Yeah.
Uh,
Grains. Yeah.
oh, yeah, grains. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
you have to take it a little more back.
Yeah. Take it
Yes,
back a bit. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's free. It's available on Amazon. 90 to
Amazon, yes,
110 rupees.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. I
That's
have,
where I got mine also from.
yes, yes. So I will ask everybody to go through this book. Whatever you teach is given very nicely and with reasons in this book.
Totally worth. Yeah. Totally worth every
Yeah,
penny of all what we spend on it. Yeah, keep it on your coffee table every day, every
yeah,
day.
yeah,
Make
yeah.
it a point of reading few good things every day. Don't worry
Yes,
about these Instagram reels. Nothing is going to work. But read good books. Everything is right there under, right in front of us. We kind of lost our way, and we just need to find our way back.
yeah. And I also ask my patients to read this book. So then it is double strengthening from me as well as from the book.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
N.K. Sharma ji, if they can just look him up, his videos are really good. If they are totally Hindi speaking, and if they
yeah,
need
yeah,
to know
yeah.
more, his videos are
Mhm.
totally worth listening to.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Okay, Asha.
Okay, thank you everyone, and we will wind up today's session. Have a great evening and weekend. See you all in the next satsang. Bye bye.
Bye.